Yo, people, welcome back to another watch along. Big up your damn selves in the building. Make sure you smash up all the icons and that. We are here for Chelsea versus Brighton, and there is a lot of surprises in the lineup. So we're going to get straight into it, and then we're going to talk more about all the surrounding news. There's a lot going on right now that we got to catch up on. So let's talk. Big up the chat as always. I see a lot of you mentioning the midfield. So here I have it on paper in my head what I think it looks like. I ruled out a back four because Hato and Gusto were on the pitch at the same time. I could be wrong. It could still be a 4-2-3-1, but I'll put it as a 3 for now because it's what we've been playing in the Premier League, not the Carabao Cup. We just won a game in the Premier League, so I'm assuming we're not switching the whole system, but I could be wrong. Martinez, Fofana, Lacroix, Colwell, Gusto, Lavia, Hato, Neto, Palmer, Rogers, João Pedro. So immediately looking at that, if we were playing a 4, something would be up in terms of Gusto would either playing at left back, which I would not like. Fofana would have to play at right back. Colwell might be at left back like Poch season and Gusto at right back. None of those can be reality, right? All of those things I just said are absolutely awful. So I'm going to stick with the back 3. And I'm going to assume that Gusto's playing right wing back, Neto's playing left wing back, and Hato is in midfield next to Lavia. I think out of all of the fullbacks, Hato in midfield, we've just seen him at left wing back, his ball carrying ability. We know he's a good passer. How press resistant is he on the turn in terms of receiving with his back to play, receiving in tight spaces in midfield? That is a whole other conversation that I do not have the answers to. But in terms of his passing and his ball carrying, I think he's the most likely to go into that midfield. Obviously, we know Maresca used to put Gusto in there, but Gusto in there in a 2. He was in there in a 3, but in a 2. Yeah, nah, I'm not for that. He's not as good a passer. So yeah, he's just technically not as good as Hato for me. So I'm not looking at that. That's how I have it in my head. I could be wrong, but that's all I can come up with at this moment in time. It is frustrating, same as the Fulham game, to just have people out of position or in places that we weren't expecting. Obviously, you just want your strongest team out there, guys. Caicedo's on the bench. James is on the bench. Esteval's on the bench, which is fine. Welbeck, Gittins, Chavaria, Achampong. I think Achampong is unfortunate he doesn't start. I would have liked to have seen Achampong start. I can't lie to you. I think he's been very, very good in the first few games. He was great against Luton, very good against Fulham, him and Lacroix. I think Fofana coming straight in there. Yeah, I'm not sure. As a wide centre-back, I think Josh probably has a higher ceiling in terms of ball carrying on the ball and what he brings there. Obviously, Fofana can still defend the channels, but I think in pre-season, ironically, I'm going to say this, yeah, before I go to the chat. Ironically, I feel like Fofana's best pre-season games were in the middle of a back 3. Lacroix has shown already what he can do in the middle of the back 3, and he done it at Palace. And Levi Colwell, I prefer in the middle of a back 3, especially after that Fulham performance. It just reminded me why I prefer him in the back 3. So suddenly, all 3 of those centre-backs out there, the most senior centre-backs, the most highly paid for centre-backs, and the most talented academy graduate centre-back, they all, for me, are better in the middle. But what can you do? Now, we're going to see if Colwell steps up because he was awful against Fulham. Fofana's coming in for Josh, who didn't need to come out for me, but he's played 2 games in the space of a week. Okay, cool. Maybe that. I don't know. But he's a young kid. I don't know why he'd need to not start. Maybe he's thinking about Arsenal. Maybe he doesn't want to play Josh against Arsenal. I don't know. And the midfield, no James and no Caicedo is slightly frightening. I'm not going to lie. What you want at least one of those 2 in there. To have neither of them in there and to have 2 ball-carrying, dribbling type midfielders in Hato. Well, Hato's not even a midfielder, but Hato and Lavia both like to carry the ball, both like to, that it's not balanced. I'll put it like that. There's no high volume passer in there. There's no, tempo setter in that type pathway. But it is what it is. I still expect us to win the game, guys. I look at that Brighton team and I'm starting to think I've gone too far in the Football Manager save. There's just a lot of names on that screen that I'm just like, where did you come from? Obviously, I've not really been keeping up with Brighton's recruitment over the last couple of years. I was on a Brighton channel a couple of days ago, but I just feel like that's a real mesh of players that I'm just like, I don't think I know you well enough. I don't think I know you well enough, and etc. etc. And there's no Hinselwood as well. But yeah, Palestra's still not here. Who else is missing? No Palestra. Enzo Fernandez obviously out of the squad. We knew that would be the case. Sanchez has basically been told to go and find a new club in the last few days of the window, which I think is I mean, it's ruthless, and you're backing the manager. And that's all we can ask of Blueco. All we can ask of them after all of the years of nonsense is to back the manager. And I've got a lot of praise for it because Liam Delap is a Joe Shields boy. Robert Sanchez is a Brighton boy, Winstanley boy. And they're taking their bias aside. They're taking their favoritisms aside. They're taking their precious plans that they put on these players aside. And they're saying, you know what? We're just going to listen to the manager. We're just going to back the manager. And we're just going to clear out the players that are not good enough. And you have to praise that. You have to praise that. Because there's been a lot of bias. There's been a lot of favoritism. There's been a lot of, I don't know. It's just been very... It's been very friendly, very pally, very in-house. It hasn't been focused on winning. It hasn't been focused on putting the best players on the pitch. It hasn't focused on quality. So, big praise. This is the Xabi Alonso model, as far as I'm concerned. The Blueco model, like I said on Twitter, I think it's ripped up. I don't think this is the model. People are saying it's tweaked. Tweaked my arse crack. Tweaked my arse crack. This ain't no tweak. This is a revolution. You don't tweak a whole managerial position term in terms of head coach to manager. You don't tweak 33, 35, 36, 28, 26-year-olds coming in. That ain't tweaks. That is an acceptance of wrongdoing and negligence. And that your plan, which had rules, those rules were wrong. And now we're going by the rules of football. We're going by the rules of normal procedure at a normal football club. And I must say, it's a beautiful thing to see. Also, guys, we will be doing a members Q&A after the transfer deadline closes. Apologies, I know I've not done anywhere near enough or any members content over the summer. So I'm going to do that for you because I've seen a couple of you guys. You're in the Discord, a couple Snapchatters as well. I'm on Snapchat, a couple guys asking. So we're going to do a members Q&A stream after the deadline. I need to figure out what time. I will post that in the members community post, but I need to see when the deadline is. I will probably do a video, which will be for everyone, reviewing the window and what I think maybe. We did that last year. And then I will do the live as well. So I'll figure out the time. But right now, that's what's happening. And the Discord is there as well. Obviously, link is in the description. It's open to everyone. All of the different servers are popping there. So big up everybody for the support. There's been a Fabrizio Bomba. Barcelona and advanced club-to-club talks with Arsenal to sign Gabriel Jesus. Deal close to completion. Sealed soon. Gabriel Jesus wants to move to Barcelona. Am I sober? I don't think I was drinking last night. Personally. Was any of you drinking? I don't drink at the moment. I'm on a new lease of life. I don't actually drink right now. So do you guys drink? Because it sounds like somebody's drinking. After reading out that somebody's drinking. It ain't me. I know Barcelona need a striker. I know the window's looking long in terms of options, but far me, that is not a Champions League winning addition to the Barcelona front line whatsoever. It must be panic stations over there. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that, because that is pretty damn embarrassing to go from Lewandowski to Jesus. Jesus is a very good player technically, but in terms of goals and finishing, that's a far. That is a far. That's not good. That for me shows a lack of preparation for the exit of that striker Lewandowski, man. You should have had that patterned last summer. Crazy work. All right, we will be kicking off in over 15 minutes. Let's see what the chat's saying. I know you guys are probably shitting yourselves over the lineup. Steve with the super chat says, Gabriel Jesus to Barcelona, what am I seeing? It's not the first time I've questioned what I'm seeing, brother. Steve, in Dye going to Tottenham, if it does materialize and get confirmed, obviously we will do a video as long as it doesn't clash with, because right now, guys, I'll be honest, I have been covering the window. And I think we've done a great job at it. We've been covering all the big transfers. I've been enjoying it, talking about different teams, tactics, systems, what they need, what they don't. But this last few days, I have a funny feeling I will struggle to cover everything I plan to cover, because there will be bombers this hour, next hour. There will be a game. There will be Big Six. There will be this. So we're going to try and keep up with everything. But I'm sure some of these transfers are going to overlap on matches or overlap on other commitments. So I'll try and cover what I can cover. If I don't cover your team's big transfer because I had to cover a different one, or because I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I missed Mamouche and Buwadi last weekend because we were covering the games. You know what I mean? We did the mob. We talked about, the Man City and Liverpool performances. And algorithm, guys, it doesn't cater to 5 videos in one day. I'll keep it a buck. We can maybe do a double, but we can't do 5 uploads in one day. It doesn't work like that. Unblush says, surely this means we sign someone else, please. Are you talking about Chelsea? Absolutely. The club have always continued to put out that if Enzo Fernandez is leaving, then there will be a replacement. Some people feel like there will be 2 replacements. I'm not going to get myself all excited about 2 midfielders coming in. I'm just not going to do that to myself. I'm not going to build up those hopes and expectations just to be disappointed. Because at the end of the day, that might be the idea, but the plan has to alter with the market and the people that are available and then the quality. I don't want us to sign 2 midfielders just to sign 2 midfielders' sake. They need to be very good, high quality midfielders. Just go and ask Arsenal fans, they thought that they would be getting a left winger. Now it looks like they won't be getting one. You have a plan, you have targets, you have numerical options that you're chasing, and then suddenly next thing you know, you can't get them. Manchester United fans, they want a left back. They have 2 days to get a left back. Liverpool fans, they want a right back. They want a DM. They have 2 days to get these things. If they don't get these things, then that's what happens. So I'm not going to say that we're getting 2 midfielders. I'm going to say we have to get one, because it has to be one in, one out. You sell Enzo, you don't bring in a midfielder. This rating of this window, even though not necessarily I think it's our fault in the matter, but when you verbalize a deadline and then you still sell even for an inflated fee, and then you don't have a replacement, it doesn't look good for us for the season going forward. You look at our midfield today. Caicedo, if he was to get injured, this is the type of midfield we would be putting out. You don't want to see Hato next to Lavia? Well, you better get fucking used to it. Because if Caicedo ever went down with an injury, this is the type of fuckery we would be watching. James, he can grab a couple knocks in a season. You know that. So suddenly now our midfield, Barco, yes, he had a very good performance against Luton, but I'm not trying to put Barco through every single situation and scenario that's available in the Premier League. I would like to pick and choose when Barco plays to suit what he's about. So we need to be careful. But let's see what happens the last few days. I'd love it. Best case scenario today, I would say it would be absolutely unbelievable, guys, if we got Adam Wharton, who I watched against Manchester City on Friday, and I thought he was fantastic. I think he's a cut above everybody else on that Palace team, to the point where now he looks like he needs rescuing. He needs saving. Before Palace used to have Eze's, they used to have Elise's, they used to have Zaha's, they used to have even Munoz has left to go to Forest. Henderson, Forest have bid for. They've lost Gurhey, they've lost Lacroix. Mateta tried to leave this summer. They've lost so much quality. And I haven't looked at their incoming so tough. But boy, that boy needs saving. And I like him more than Scott, personally. I just think his passing is of such a level that, that level of passing could really be a game changer for your attackers in terms of the runs that they make, the spaces that they move into. Whereas Scott, I feel, is more like a 7 out of 10 at everything, but I don't think he's a 9 or a 10 at anything. Whereas Walton is looking like a 9 or a 10 out of passing minimum. And then the other things are not too far off Walton anyway. And neither of them are 6s, in my opinion. So I'm not really even getting what I want anyway. And then when I look at Kamara, I do not know this man too well, but, from everything that I'm hearing and what people are speaking about him, he looks like someone that you can be excited about if he comes in. He might not. I mean, to be fair, League One players do acclimatise to the Premier League very well as well, which is also a good sign. And he looks like a very well-rounded midfielder. He looks like he's got a pass on him. He looks like he's got shots from range. Some people are saying he could take dead ball specialist. Well, not specialist, I don't know, but he looks like he can take a free kick or 2. I'm going to do more research on him after this day's games. I'm going to watch this game. Obviously, I'm going to watch Man United later. And then, because it looks like it's going to get done, then I'm going to really sink my teeth into what this player can do tonight. And then it looks like it will probably get done. it seems. I think Monaco actually just brought in a midfielder as well. So, I think they said they're a selling club and they're open to selling, at the right price. I think they want 51 million. We asked for 35. So let's see. Yeah, without knowing him too well, I'm excited by what I'm seeing. But we need to do some more research. In terms of Martinez starting today, I think that is fantastic. I was not expecting it to happen. First of all, I didn't know he was registered in time, and then second of all, I thought his finger was broken. So yeah, big up to him for playing with an injury on his finger, considering he's a goalkeeper. Hopefully, the international break coming up, he can have that sorted and then come back afterwards without having to play through pain, because that is not ideal. Spurs creating the mid-table all-stars, says Cams. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've got the thumbnail ready. I'm not going on that video yet. One, because we've got this to cover and it's too much content. But also, I just feel like with Tottenham, you have to be careful, because how many times have we sat here and said that Tottenham are going to sign a player, and then somebody else comes in at the last minute, and that club are Man City, Liverpool. Obviously, it's an Everton player, so it's not going to happen. Arsenal, Chelsea. And then it's like the player says, yeah, turn the plane around, turn the car around, turn the van around. I'm going there. And because it's not done, and he's not done, even I think they've even done medicals and players have still done gone somewhere else. So I'm just looking at the amount of wingers that other clubs need in this top part of the Premier League. And I'm thinking, surely one of you are going to go for Ndiaye. I know that they're sending Richarlison that way. And Richarlison is, a former Everton player, and there's a deal to be done there. But I thought Man City might try and involve Grealish and do a deal there with Everton as well. So I'm just going to wait until it's absolutely done, and then we'll talk about it. But if that does go through, that is a brilliant, brilliant signing in my opinion. I think he's one of the most versatile attackers on in this league right now. I would have liked him for Chelsea as maybe a Gittins or a Neto replacement, even though he's not exactly the same type of player as those two. He can play in the twin tens, and then if we do switch formation, he can play out wide on the touchline as well. I think he's very, very good across all those positions. He played on the left. Grealish came in, then he went to the right. And he mashed work on both sides. He's very, very versatile. And the way he plays, he does not look like he has an issue playing in the pocket. Right, let me see. Abki. Oh no, I read that one out. I'm Blushable says, not Chelsea, Arsenal, hate watching, but supporting you. Big up. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Much appreciated. Some people in the comments of the last video are asking where Chelsea previews were. To be fair, we have not done Chelsea previews for a while now, like over a year. So you're a bit late. I said this before and I say it again. Guys, the juice ain't worth the squeeze, or whatever the wording is, yeah? I've done previews on this channel for years, and they take a long time to make because you've got to research about the opposition team. If you're going to do a good preview, you got to research about the opposition team. You got to probably watch some of their games if you really want to take it to that extent. Then you got to wait for the press conference, which is at a certain time of the day, which cuts off the whole morning, etc., etc., etc. You got to get edited. My team are very busy. Yeah, we got a talented team, bro. They're on point. We ain't got loads of time like that. There's a lot of different projects going on. You look at the Big Six. There's more mobs. There's more debates. You see me on DR. You see me on TalkSport. You see me here. You see me there. I do not have the time, and I'm not gonna lie to you. As much as I loved doing them, they don't last long. They go out, and then if we play Saturday, no one gives a shit. No one cares, and that's not good for a video to just be extinct after 10 hours. So at the end of the day, we can't do everything. It's a shame, but it just doesn't make sense. So I don't do them. And they were starting to annoy me because, like I said, you put all that effort into something and then it becomes redundant within a few hours. It's not worth it. Brighton going to dominate midfield in, I'm worried. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Do you know what? Today, usually I would say, no, we got Caicedo, we got this, we got that. Today, I am concerned about our midfield. I'm concerned about our midfield off the ball. I'm concerned about our midfield on the ball. I'm concerned about our midfield because I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I really don't know. Like I said, there's no high volume passer. There's no It's just not a midfield, really. It's just been pieced together. I don't know what it's going to do. They're both talented players in their own right, but that doesn't mean that there's balance, because there certainly isn't. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that. We're just going to have to pray. I'll be honest. We're just going to have to pray. I don't know. I can see how it can get by for 60 minutes, but I do need, because even though Hatter's a defender, it doesn't mean he has the awareness to track players that are drifting in tens and running off his, I don't know. He should be able defensively to do a job, but it's a whole different ball game playing in midfield, man. Your head is on a swivel. Your head is on an absolute swivel. On and off the ball is such a difficult position. You're constantly just scanning. You don't have the protection of playing left back where you can just look and everything's right in front of you. You have to be looking behind you. You got to be looking there. It's really not for anyone. So yeah, I don't know. Let's just see how it goes. I'm nervous about it. Red Baron says tapping Tobes needs more humbling. We're gonna talk in the big six. The one thing I will say about Tottenham, like I said in my review, and I'm enjoying these reviews because you really do have to enjoy talking about these situations. These teams, one thing we're gonna say this season with these teams, we're gonna have some fun. That Tottenham attack, the amount of players they've added to it, it has to be fun. I still think they're going to leak goals. Liverpool are going to leak goals. We're leaking goals. But this should be a very fun season to kind of just watch everyone see how they find balance in their attack, because there's so many attackers. All these attackers that needed to take the next step up or needed to take a step down from the Man Cities and whatnot, they're moving. So suddenly now Savinho, there's pressure. Suddenly now Mamouche, there's pressure. Suddenly now Ndai, there's pressure. It's very exciting to watch. I can't lie. I'm very excited to talk about these teams. But in terms of Tobes and Tottenham, you must. There's no excuse. I don't want to hear any Tottenham fans talking about anything other than top six. You cannot. It can take time. It can take 2, 3, 4 weeks because you got to bed everybody in. It can do all of that. But the end result has to be top six. There is no Aston Villa, there is no Newcastle, there's no Brentford, there's no Bournemouth, there's no Everton, there's no nothing. There's no one of them clubs you should be finishing behind. You can understand the established traditional top six, but you cannot legislate for anything under than sixth. I'm sorry, with one game a week. That would be absolutely unacceptable, and it would be a cook, as we have been cooked, as others have been cooked before. We would have to cook that, because they had a whole new defense. They got a whole new midfield. They got a whole new attack. I don't even know if we've ever had a whole new everything at once. We might have done it over the space of three windows, but over one window to get a whole new backline, a whole new midfield, and a whole new attack. Their starting 11 is unrecognizable from last season. And they got a new manager, really, because he came in towards the last 5, 6 games. Bro, I don't want to hear shit at the end of the season. And you know what I love? This is why I'm really going to enjoy. We were the worst for this. We always spent 100 million, this, that. Now everybody's doing it. So suddenly now, everybody that was cussing Enzo Fernandez, cussing Caicedo, cussing Lavia, cussing this, cussing that, you better make sure your gold dust, you better make sure that shit shines. Because if it doesn't, we're not handling hypocrites this season. We are not handling hypocrites. You better make sure your shit is shiny, because a lot of you have spent now. And when we do net profits and whatnot, considering my team can sell, it's not going to look so crazy. I'm sure we're going to still come out on top, but it won't be by the margins you think it is. So I'm very excited to see these 100 million talents do what they need to be doing, because I was told for the longest what they need to be doing. So let's get stuck in. We're going to eat this season. I can tell you that. We're going to eat. Let me take off these lineups. Game's going to kick off in a couple of minutes. Timer's going to get up on screen, but it's probably going to need to be adjusted, because it always does. Less Famous says, we'll be interested to see if Adam Wharton was to come. Will he get the same level of scrutiny as Enzo does for his defensive frailties? Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. Once the honeymoon period wears off and we just talk about the player for what he is and not for the dopamine, of course, people will be looking at defensively and saying you need to be doing certain things. Steve, what do you have prepared for Tobes and Abby? Spurs cooking. We expect some Michelin star level stuff. No. You can't put that kind of Gordon Ramsay pressure on me when my team has not even won. We have to win this game. We have to win this game. If we do not win this game, then I'm not one to cook shamelessly. I'm not KG. I don't cook when my team drop points on the same day. I don't cook regardless of my club situation. Last season, you know, some of you will say, oh, you kind of went into your shell. You weren't cooking as much. Yeah, because we finished 10th. That shit affected me. I'm not here. Like, this shit hurts, you know. I really do be going off into my room and staring up at the ceilings if we lose games. Like, it's not a joke. So for me, we have to win. We cannot draw. We cannot drop points. We have Arsenal away next week. We have to win. If we do not win this game, someone else is going to have to handle that because I'm not going to be in a good mood. Red Baron says Spurs are going down the high wages, high contract for mid players, enterprise. It's a dark road to go down. Take it from a United fan. It is. I mean, listen. It's. I think with Tottenham, they are Tottenham, right? And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but they're not top of the food chain when it comes down to taking players, right? So they have to offer something. I think Manchester United, it's a little bit more ridiculous that you do that because you are Manchester United. I don't think you have to do that. You should be able to sell the club, the history, the facilities, the stature. You should be able to sell the brand, the you're gonna make players like you're gonna change their lives. You know, their Instagram followers are gonna go kapoof. You regular Champions League football. That's the kind of stuff you guys should be able to throw at players. I understand why Tottenham have to overpay, have to do the wage thing because it's Tottenham. And like I said, Tottenham is Tottenham and Manchester United is Manchester United. It doesn't mean it's not a risk, but I just understand it a lot more than you guys doing it. Chris says Monaco just signed the Mexican CDM. Yeah, I seen that. That Bellingham praised during the World Cup, so most likely we're getting Kamara. Yeah, I saw that too. I am also hoping that that is the case because we need another midfielder. So yeah, let me get this time already. Is there any other transfer news today? We spoke about Ndai. We just see the Jesus bomber. I don't think there's any surely that I've missed. Oh, and Gakpo seems to be going to City, which I really hope I get the opportunities to speak on because I am fascinated with this window right now. Suddenly, Anthony Gordon, by the way, going to Barcelona for whatever it was, £70 million, 68 million euros, or 68 million pounds, 85 million euros, whatever it was. It ain't looking that bad, guys. And I'm not a Gordon fan, but that Barcelona deal suddenly is not looking too bad because some of the shit I'm seeing, oh my goodness, it's preposterous. It's absolutely diabolical what I'm seeing right now. To think Harry Kane went to Bayern Munich for a similar fee a few years ago. Crazy. All right, we've kicked off. Chelsea need to win. By hook or by crook. That midfield, yeah. Let's just... I mean, what I'm hoping is that we are prepared to bypass it a little bit today. I don't think we need to be playing through the midfield so strictly. Why don't we bypass it? You know, let Martinez go long, let him find João Pedro, let him find Rodgers, who can physically compete, surely, and let's try and build from a variety of different positions. Oh, that's a lovely little place to give away the ball. Oh. When I was speaking to hold on, just check something. Rodgers. Audio's good. Okay, great. Good. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Brighton playing out from the back. So I was chatting to Ryan from, I think it's Seagull Socials, Brighton fan. And from basically what he was telling me is obviously Brighton have lost a lot of the individual maybe quality over the last couple of years. Obviously Balaba's gone. Minter's not on the pitch today. Welbeck is now gone, who always scored against us. Van Hecker's gone. But they're basically more of a German Gengen pressing high energy team orientated team. So yeah, expecting high levels of energy from Brighton, maybe less focused on possession. I don't know. Let's see how they do today. Let's see. Like I said, I feel like this team is. I'm like very deep into Football Manager with this lineup of Brighton today. Pascal Gross still there. Yeah, I mean he came back from was it Dortmund? A bit of a Brighton legend. Here's Lavia, Palmer. The big day for Fafana. I like Fafana getting the number 3. And I must say, when I seen those clips this morning of Martinez, yeah, a little bit of I did feel good. I felt very good. I'm conscious of the fact that half of that is also the fact that we just have something different in goal. But he does look like a presence. He does look. He looks filled. He looks fully filled out. He looks grown ass. He looks the part. So hopefully he is the part. Ball in. Oh, I said it on Instagram. I need like a minimum Mendy 2021 campaign under Tuchel. I don't need Tuchel and Lampard. I don't need a Petr Cech. I would love it, but I don't expect it. Because he's a generational goalkeeper. But I do need like at least a Mendy 2021 type campaign. Obviously, the new shirt sponsor's there as well. I'm gonna go get the black kit sometime this week. I've already got the home kit without the sponsor, but I'm gonna get the black kit with the sponsor because we've got those like yellow ball in header. Oh. Yes! Oh, Lavia scored. I think it's his first goal for Chelsea. It's a tap in from a João Pedro header from the corner. And Chelsea are 1-0 up against Brighton. Come on. I think that's his first Chelsea goal. There's no way I can think of a time where he's scored. He's almost like John Obi Mikel in that respect. Almost like Makalele in that respect. They don't get many goals. Chelsea are 1-0 up. Another early goal. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than an early Chelsea goal to settle the nerves and calm the people. I think it's João Pedro, the goalkeeper. Oh my God. I think it's João Pedro. Then, oh my days, the goalkeeper. Listen, if I'm a neutral and I'm looking at Chelsea's first goal against Fulham, where they split the centre backs, they play out, they get caught in their own half. We go and score inside the first few minutes. Then you're watching this game and you see a goalkeeper go and do that in the first few minutes. If I was an op, I'd be fuming with the way teams have defended in the first few minutes against Chelsea. But for me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. That's a fantastic way to start the game. That's a fantastic way to start the partnership with the new sponsor. And suddenly, my football club is functioning like a football club. And we actually, a threat from a set piece. Wow, it was Lacroix, I think, and João Pedro contesting. It's not the worst aerial options in the world to be contesting on a set piece. That is what I like to see. A variety of way of getting your goals. You don't have to do everything perfectly. We get the ugly goals too. I need to see a lot more of that this season. Go and get the ugly goals. What a start to this game. 1-0. I need 6 points on the board. Put it down. This is the first time, and this is why I put out my tweet, right? And it wasn't a I guess it was a kind of, I'm no longer going to be parading around Blue Co out, because I do feel like they've done what I've asked this summer, and they've also got a front of shirt. The only other thing, well, there's a few other things, but I think from a ticketing perspective, I'd like to hear from the match goers that they're happier and that we don't have vivid seats and things like that. But in terms of recruitment, this is what I've been asking for years. I've been asking for balanced recruitment. Go and get your Atalanta 40 million 18-year-old who looks like he could be the next big thing. But go and get me your Lacroix. Go and get me your Martinez. Go and get me your even Welbeck and Henderson. People laugh. But the dressing room doesn't have it, so go and get it for free. Like, go and get a proper manager. Don't get me Liam Rosenior. Don't get me Graham Potter. Don't get me fucking Callum McFlurry. Go and get me a proper manager who's won things. I finally feel like I'm watching my football club, like Chelsea. Obviously, there's a long way to go in the season. But I'll say this now. I'm not gonna this season, even if we're going through a poor run of form, I'm not gonna start blaming the owners. I'm gonna have to say players, manager, because this team, this is a Chelsea team now. Is it the best team in the league? No. Does it still need certain improvements? Yes. But we've always needed that, you know, when we weren't winning under Roman, under any ownership. Suddenly now, there's actually a team here that you can get behind and say, do you know what? They tried. They tried to put something out on that pitch that's actually respectable, that's actually balanced. And now I feel like I can actually genuinely focus on what's going on the pitch. But it is the Xabi Alonso model. It's not the Blue Co model. I just want to make that clear. That's what I'm buying into. But I feel like I'm actually getting behind something that I can just focus on the pitch now. I don't have to talk about, you know, off the pitch as much. But yeah, man, this is much better, man. This is much better. And the reason why I'm being genuine, it's not about results. It's very easy to be in, out based on results because you're happy that we won or you're sad that we lost. I'm saying this before we've won games. I'm saying the recruitment and the way that the team has been assembled this summer, with even especially this goalkeeper coming in, cutting your losses on Liam Delap, cutting your losses on Sanchez, cutting your losses on Tosin, cutting your losses on Joe Shields and Paul Winstanley signings. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. So now, regardless of results, I cannot be a hypocrite and be like, oh, we don't have experience. Oh, we didn't sign these intangibles. We did. We did. Whether it's good enough, we're going to find out. But we did. We did what the manager wanted. We backed the manager. So I have to get behind that. I have to get behind that. That's what I asked for. That's what I asked for, man. This is what we're talking about. If we lose the games, I can't be out here titling the video Blue Co out. Like, I have to talk about the performance. I have to talk about the manager. I have to talk about the players. I'll be honest. That is now how I feel. And it's fantastic to feel. But that doesn't mean that you can start fucking about, yeah? Because we'll get on to you. Don't play with me. Yeah? You need to do this again next summer and the summer after when we're looking to improve. You don't start playing games. This is how we need to be handling business. This is what we need to be doing. Make sure that front of shirt gets renewed as well. 9 minutes in, corner for Brighton. Corner for Brighton. Ball comes in. Yeah, overhit. It feels really good to just feel like you can support your club without being angry at your club. You know what I mean? It's nice. It's actually nice. Obviously, we always support the club, but you can't always support the people in the club and what they do. But now this is something I can get behind, man. This is proper. Really, really just try to actually just buy the best of what you can get. Within means, because obviously we don't have Europe, and that's where we fucked up. You know, we probably could have gone and tried to get Barcolas and players like that if we were in Champions League, but unfortunately we're not. So I don't think I could ask for much more in our position. When you finish 10th and you still get Rodgers and Martinez and players like that, Lacroix, and I think that's making the best out of a bad situation for sure. Brighton in possession at the moment. I'd love that second goal as early as can be because, you know, Brighton, our record against them is horrendous. I think the last time I remember enjoying watching us play Brighton was when Palmer slapped in, I think, 4 in one half. Had that. Hey, don't let that. Okay, there we go. The coach has done Penders dirty. I don't think he has. I think Penders, he done his thing against Luton, and he's not first choice. He wasn't first choice against Fulham, and he's not first choice after what happened after Fulham. His situation remains the same, and I'm fine with that because at the end of the day, I don't think Penders is necessarily ready to be Chelsea's first choice. I never felt like that over the summer. I would have liked to have watched him more in pre-season to have more of an idea, but I don't feel comfortable with him being Chelsea's first choice. So it was always going to be one or the other in terms of seniority, Sanchez or Martinez. And they've made their decision on Sanchez. It's very ruthless, but that's exactly how it needs to be, you know? That's how it needs to be. Because that's what the manager needs. That's what he wants. So get it done. Get it done. Get it done. Gusto looking good in midfield. Ball in. Cleared. Yeah. Yeah. So Gusto's played midfield before. Like I said, in a 2. I'm not comfortable with it, but he's in there today. It looks like, and it has been, you know, Neto on the right, Hato on the left. So it's not what I thought. I thought it could be Hato in the middle, but it's Hato on the left and it's Neto on the right, and then it's Gusto in the middle, which I guess from a minutes played perspective makes more sense because Gusto's done more minutes in midfield than Hato's done. Although I'm still not 100%. I'm not really with Hato wingback just yet. I still feel like it's not 100% natural for him. He's not what I see in a wingback. But so now it kind of feels like 2 players are almost out of position. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. We're winning. João Pedro heads it. Rogers, cut in. Yes! 2-0 to the mighty Chelsea. The box crashing. And it's Neto. I don't know how, you know, Neto is someone I have criticised for not box crashing enough. But he's in the box to, oh my God. I'm living in dreamland. What is going on? What is going on? 2-0 up inside 13 minutes. I feel alive. I feel free. This guy was running back against Luton. He heard the screams of Reece James. Put the ego to the side and work your ass off. It's Rodgers with an assist. A goal and an assist in the first 2 games for the new big money signing. The strength, the ball carrying ability in the attack, what we lacked. And Neto crashes home for 2. I feel like I'm in dreamland. Wow, what's going on? What is going on, man? Oh my days, I feel so damn good. 2-0 to the mighty Chelsea inside 14 minutes. I was nervous coming into this game because, again, we have to prove. We have not done anything. We just look like we have in terms of the signings, but we have to now, the players, the manager, they have to prove it. They have to win games. They have to be consistent. So I'm nervous coming to this game. I'm thinking, I'm not fearing the worst, but I'm still open to the idea of us fucking up because that's just trauma. But this has been the perfect 15 minutes for a Chelsea fan to just relax, bro. Considering the midfield, considering the guys that are not there like Caicedo, James, I feel so damn good. I can't believe this, man. I cannot believe we're 2-0 up already. Oh my days, bro. I'm genuinely, I can't believe it, bro. I'm shocked. I'm stuttering, bro. I cannot believe it. Wow. 2-0 already. Especially when you know Premier League is hard, man. Brighton just won 4-0 last weekend. Fucking hell, bro. This can't be it, bro. I need to be, yo, what's going on right now? Let's see the chat, man. This is crazy. What's going on? Seeing Martinez's Chelsea shirt feels so right. Says corruption. Yeah, you spelled it different. Corruption universe, I think. Mohammed says so much is right at the club, then there's Enzo. Yeah, listen. Just at this point, yeah, just get the big money. I wish I really, I'll say this when this happens, if this happens. I really wish we could teach both of them a lesson at the same time because I'm so angry with Man City. And then the way that they're doing this transfer is so conniving. They're trying to take it to the last day. They're trying to wait for us to get a midfielder in so we lower the price. They already pissed us off with Maresca. I don't like Maresca, so I don't want him to get what he wants. And then I don't want Enzo to get what he wants either. Like, I wish there was a way to teach all of them a lesson at the same time. And the only way to do that is to sign midfielders, don't sell him, and put him in the reserves. It's the only way. But we can't do that because that's financially irresponsible. So I'm a little bit angry with the situation. I'm not going to lie. Because I kind of want all of them to lose. but it's impossible. Adam says, reason you only like the game Palmer hit 4 in the first half is because that was the only win you had against them in the last 5 games. Fair. Fair. That feels correct. That feels right. Because like I said, I don't have many happy memories. I was bugging out last season over Brighton. We lost 3-0. I think back to back, like, oh my God. It was so embarrassing. Words cannot describe the levels of embarrassment. But yeah, it's not over yet, guys. Javon says I could cry right now. Big up Javon. Bro, it's crazy, bro. But we need to keep focused. We've seen our team concede 2 goals in the first game. I don't want to see 2 goals in the second game. One thing I did like that Xabi Alonso did against Fulham is, first of all, he brought on attackers when we were winning in the later part of the game. He didn't allow this team to get penned in. He didn't allow this team to get boxed in. He started bringing on Estevals. He started bringing on Quendas. He brought on Neto. He tried to push us up the pitch. He tried to keep us playing like it was 0-0. So we didn't cave, because we're not Arsenal right now in terms of our defense. We're nowhere near it. We can't afford to score 1 goal and then say, oh yeah, no problem, we'll never concede. We'll just sit here now and just handle business. Like, we're not that team. We need to keep scoring. It's as simple as that. Until I see this team go on a run of clean sheets, which I don't think we're there yet. Even with the recruitment, I don't think that defense is not there yet. It's made a big improvement, but there's a lot of question marks. Colwell in a wide free position is a bit of a question mark. And he's also just not world-class anyway, so he still has to continue to improve. Fofana's a question mark. Josh is obviously a question mark. So even Lacroix is a question mark. Let's be honest. I know he's got off to a great start, but he's not world-class. Until you can say you've got like 2 or 3 world-class defenders, they will always be question marks. So we got a long way to go. Long way to go defensively. So yeah, we might have to be like Liverpool 13-14 under Brendan Rodgers, where you really just are banging in the goals. And that would be a very fun season, you know? It was Sturridge, Suarez and Sterling. Joe Allen, I think, was even in there. Gerrard. And then obviously defensively, I don't think we're as bad as they were, but they had Simon Mignolet, and they had Sacco, and they had some other guys as well. I'm trying to think of their names roughly off the top of my head. But it was bad. It was bad. I can't remember if Glenn Johnson was there. Like, it was bad. So I don't expect us to be that bad, but we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. That's for sure. We're gonna have some fun. 3 shots inside the first few minutes, 3 on target. Brilliant. 28% possession. Brilliant. I don't give a shit. That's what I like to see right there. No pointless possession. We've got 28% possession. We're winning 2-0. That sounds like Chelsea. That sounds like Chelsea to me. Great tackle, Gusto. Gusto's been really good, guys. Gusto's been really good in midfield. And I did say, even though at the start of the window I was open to selling Neto, I do think Neto at wing-back, I do think it's useful. I do think it's very useful, especially because we don't know the level of Chavaria in this league. I think Neto is very useful. If we were still playing with him out wide as a winger, I would probably say get rid of him. But as a wing-back, I think it was almost made for him, honestly. Ball comes in. Corner. Come on, boys. This is beautiful, man. This is brilliant. I can't remember the last time I was this happy. I think it was a long time ago. Oh, no. It was probably when we beat Barcelona 3-0. Actually, no. When was it? When did our run stop? When did we start playing like shit last season? I can't remember. We started playing shit like the end of November. End of November. So, yeah, it was early on last season. I felt good. Yeah, it was a while ago. Ball in. Good catch from Martinez. I need that. I need to be seeing that cross collection. Needs to be seeing cross collection. I really hope he plays to the level that a lot of us expect him to play to. Or a lot of, especially you guys, a lot of you guys obviously rate him higher than me. I think for Chelsea fans in Stamford Bridge, they need a goalkeeper that is of the highest level, man. They really do. So I really hope that he, like, the last thing I need from him in this first 5 games is like a massive error. First 5 games, I need you to have no errors. Leave that shit for like a year down the line when we're comfortable. But right now, there's too much PTSD and trauma. So we can't be dealing with any of that right now. We just can't. It's just the flashbacks will be outrageous. Luco, finally changing your lives. I'm a Real Madrid fan and I'm pissed that we let egos come before greatness and we've been paying for that. Yeah, you guys have always kind of been the Galactico team though, innit? That's the thing. That's kind of your thing. You're the only ones that can actually get away with doing that because it's kind of the fabric of your club. PSG tried to do it, didn't work. I do think in England, we're the ones that kind of do that as well a bit, or at least when we were at our best, we were doing that. We go and buy a Ballack when you have a Lampard. We go and buy an Essien when you have a Makalele. We go and buy a Shevchenko when you have a Drogba, a Torres when you have a Drogba, a Nelka. That's our thing to a degree back then. But yeah, if it doesn't suit you, it doesn't suit you. And it doesn't suit the likes of Liverpool. It doesn't suit certain clubs. I can't lie. It doesn't suit. It's like if Barcelona started doing that, I'd just be like, where's La Masia? Where is La Masia? What are you doing? That's wrong. You know, it just doesn't work. You got to be you. Be yourselves. Really, bro. Lacroix is moving me, bro. Lacroix is moving me. João Pedro, this front three, bro. This front three. I really, really like this front three. Rodgers, yeah, it's so funny because I wouldn't really, obviously with the guys we've had, I would definitely have taken it because our guys on the left wing have been shit for ages. But I wouldn't really look at Rodgers and be like, oh yeah, I want him at left wing. And I also wouldn't really look at Rodgers and be like, I want to have him in the 10 and play through him all the time. Because there's certain things he doesn't really do that I want to tend to do. But you see this left half space? Oh my God. This formation with Rodgers is beautiful. Please. No! João Pedro, how could you do this? Oh my God. João Pedro. That is an abomination of a finish. I was waiting for the back of the net to bulge. You just do not expect. He had time. He had space. Nah, João Pedro. That is so unlike you. Should be 3-0 up, chat. Should be 3-0 up. That is awful from him. He can get away with it because he's João Pedro. But that is so surprising. But you know what? It can happen, man. It can happen. But don't let it happen again. Because what the hell, man? We should be 3-0 up. We should be 3-0 up. Man just said I'm human. After all, crazy work. But yeah, that half space for Rodgers is perfect because you keep him close to goal. So he gets in amongst the GA, which is what he showed at Villa. You don't want him on the touchline like Maresca had our wingers doing up all that bullshit. That would have been awful. And yeah, it just makes sense. It just makes sense for him to be in there. But yeah, that is mad, man. We should be 3-0 up, man. We should genuinely be 3-0 up, guys. Hope that don't come back to bite us. Just keep creating. Should really be 3-0 up. Big chance. It doesn't really get any bigger than that. Any bigger and it's an open goal. Gone long. Win that. Yeah, great start. First 26 minutes, we've been brilliant. Organised off the ball. We've let them have the ball. And we've transitioned brilliantly. This partly comes from the fact that obviously Pep has had an influence on the league in the last 10 years, 15 years. So, because he was even probably influencing it before he got here, to be honest, but especially since he got here. Um, Teams want to have possession in the middle of the table. Teams want to play good football in the middle of the table. But it's good because it could rope them into a false sense of security. Some of our best performances at Stamford Bridge against your Newcastles, your Aston Villas, your Liverpools with Esteval last season, they come in games where we don't really have a lot of the ball or we don't dominate possession. Barcelona is another one at home. PSG, Club World Cup. When we don't have the ball and we've got the right blend of players in the attack that can actually transition, we will have fun. I've got no interest in us dominating possession just to look like we're the better team. I want us to win. And if Brighton haven't got special players like they used to, but they have all the ball, that is absolutely fantastic. What you do get then is just be organised, sit in your block, let them as a collective have the ball, but not really anybody special to do anything on it, and then break. They look good, maybe they feel good, and we win. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. I think it's a bit of a surprise for everyone because when we saw Xavi Alonso come in, we thought, yeah, it's going to be bare possession, loads of these triangles and all these passes that we saw at Bayer Leverkusen where it's just like 60 passes and then they score and all this stuff. But he's showing in the first few games, he's not really too bothered. He's not too bothered. He's not making us like press like dogs so much so that he wants the ball so badly. He's kind of letting us kind of sit. Ball comes in. I don't like that cross. I'm not going to lie. I thought we conceded. That was a brilliant cross. There was a gap between our front line and our midfield that was too big. That was too big of a gap between the two. That cross was absolutely exquisite. We're very lucky that he didn't do better with that. Straight at the goalkeeper. Great, great cross. Martinelli's gone, yeah? Yeah, listen. I'm not covering exits on this channel, bruv. But that's a big sale. It's your record sale, so looks like Watkins and Martinelli are going to be Al Hilal players. Even our own sales, the only sales I've covered for us are Cucurella, Jackson, and I'll cover Enzo, obviously, because those are the ones I feel passionately about in terms of it's a big sale in terms of not the price, but the impact on the squad. Delap, what am I going to say? What am I going to say different in the Delap exit video to the Tossing one, to the Badia Shield one, to the Desassi one? Bruv, just get out my club. It's really that simple. I don't need to reminisce about how much of a bum you've been whilst you've been here and how you've wasted a lot of our time and efforts and money. Bruv, just leave. You know the script. You know the script. But those three exits that I've mentioned, they actually do something to us. They make a difference. So the replacements have to be on point. And their players I actually rate as well. Even if they don't play for us anymore, I still rate them. Here's Brighton on the right. Back post, need to watch it. Watch the back post for Fana. Yeah, we got to do better with these balls coming into the box. Got to stop them from coming in the first place. Going on a run now. Who's this? Hatto? Hatto's gone on a run. Hatto? Hatto? 3-0 for me, please. Yes! Yes! It's 3-0, baby! It's 3-0, baby! It's 3-0, baby! Come on! João Pedro scores again! This guy is going for glory. If we get a penalty, I'll be very interested to see who takes it. João Pedro makes up for his earlier miss. We ain't paying the price for that miss. Come on. Sorry, was it Morgan? Sorry. I thought it was Hatto. I thought I saw the number 21. I thought, yeah, Hatto's ball carrying's going off. But it is Morgan. It was Hatto that passed it into Morgan, right? Yes, I think so. Was it? Let me see. Let me see. No, it was Hatto. 21. It was Hatto. Yeah, it was Hatto. Hatto with the assist. I knew it was 21. You man, I'm blind, so don't be making me second guess, because I will. And that is what a wing-back has to do. That is what a wing-back has to do, and he done it. And again, Chelsea in transition. Chelsea on the counter-attack. Intelligent decision-making, physicality, ball-carrying ability. For as much as I speak about how highly I rate Enzo and whatnot, Enzo Fernandez today, whether he be in the Hatto position, whether he be in the Rodgers position, he would have not been able to carry the ball long distances the way that Hatto and Rodgers have just done for those goals, in terms of the way that he's able to use the way they've been able to use their body, their strength to carry, to bring the ball forward. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 3-0. 3-0. Come on! Come on! Come on! What we say in chat? What we say in chat? Come on! Oh my days. 3-0 inside 33 minutes. This is absolutely fantastic. João Pedro with another goal. We might be on a little blitz thing today. Here's Palmer. We know how he's been talking this week. Palmer again. Oh, guys, we might be on a rampage in this game. We really might be on a rampage in this game, because Palmer's not even joined the party yet. And he was absolutely outstanding against Fulham. This is unbelievable. I know the rivals were queuing up. And again, when I was laughing yesterday at Liverpool, when I was laughing at Tottenham, in the comments, you'll see soon. You'll see soon. You can't laugh. It's not funny. You Brighton or your kryptonite. You'll see soon. Shut up. Shut up. Talk to me nice. Talk to me kind. Yeah? I want to hear no. Your mouth is moving like a rat. Your mouth is moving like a rat. Yeah? Brighton's biggest goal scorer is on our bench. Brighton's biggest... Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! Oh. 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 That was unexpected. It's 3-1. I was enjoying myself too much. It panned to Danny Welbeck, and then suddenly, next thing you know, they're running at my defense. Who are these two brothers? I don't know who these men are. You've kind of brought the mood down ever so slightly, guys. No need for that. Damn. All right, Fairs. Fairs. Okay. Humbled. No clean sheet. No clean sheet for Martinez on his debut. Fairs. I was just about to go off. I was in my flow state. They've ruined it. I don't think I said a clean sheet on Big Six. I think I said 3-1. But I don't think it's going to end 3-1. so we're going to have some fun. Maybe we win this game 4-2. I don't know. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. All right, Fez. We're having fun. We're having fun. Listen, if I can't start cussing man out at 3-0, then what's the point of football? I can't wait until we're 6-0 up to start drawing for the ops. Like I said, yeah, they were in the comments. They were moving mad. They went, you can't. Wait until tomorrow. I said, bro, I have to enjoy. I'm I'm living in the moment. Fuck. Okay. That was awfully sudden. Alonso trying to prevent transitions with system. My general, may we rally the troops. No. Don't worry about all that. We literally have to go to Arsenal next week. Talking about wars and troops and all that, bruv. We gotta go to Arsenal next week. We are. Yeah, we don't need to be doing all that. We got to go to the Emirates next week. Let's. That's going to be a very interesting football match. Let's watch that. Let's watch that game. Let's just watch that game. Let's just watch that game. That's going to be interesting. The good thing is, I don't think we're done scoring. So even though we've conceded, we're definitely not done scoring. Every time we've basically breached their backline, we've had a massive opportunity, like a massive one. Their defense does not look capable of handling us today whatsoever. We've breached them so many times. They're still chasing the game, so they're going to be super open. I don't know what's going on for them, but they don't look like they care about defending too much. So our defense is shaky, yes. But thankfully, so is theirs. So, let's see. And by the way, the counter press, I fucking love it. Who was that? Colwell. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We're doing really well with that this season. Last season, I wasn't happy with the counter press. I thought like our counter press got a bit weaker. Even the season before, I thought it got a bit weaker as well. Was it season before? No, it was last season. Last season, I think our counter press definitely got weaker. Definitely got weaker. But today and against Fulham, it's been very good. Very good. And this is, like I said, Caicedo's still got to come into this. He makes our counter press even better. Palestra, he was brilliant over preseason at wing back. Still very much looking forward to seeing him in this setup. There's more to come. How do we feel about Barca going from wanting Alvarez to officially buying Jesus from Arsenal? It's embarrassing. I can't lie, it's embarrassing. They really should have patterned their situation last summer. You know Lewandowski's like 37, 38. Why are you not buying a striker to be his successor last summer? It's just crazy to me. And then Alvarez, they thought they could man muscle and bully Atletico. Respect to Atletico, because you knew the asking price. You're not paying it. You say, we can do the deal on our terms. That's not how that works. You want the player, you have to pay the price. Why did they think they could go and little bro Atletico and say, we want the player wants us, and we're happy to do it at this fee? You don't get to dictate the fee. So pay the money or shut up. And they didn't pay the money. So they have Jesus, and that's going to significantly impact their front line. So that's what it is. And I don't think Alvarez is leaving. He's already publicly, or not publicly, he's already rejected Arsenal and Arteta. So Alvarez ain't moving. And I ain't going to lie, I genuinely thought there was more of a chance of Vinicius going to Arsenal than Alvarez. I've never worried about Alvarez going to Arsenal. Not once have I worried about Vinny. I genuinely was worried because I thought that he might just add up a couple of other factors and think, do you know what? Money, also the whole Neymar leaving for PSG, maybe he looks at that and thinks, maybe I need to leave this Mbappe thing and maybe I need to be the star. Premier League. I just thought, maybe. But this Alvarez one, nah. Alvarez has never wanted to come back to England. He wants to move his whole entourage, his whole family, and visas and all these things, and weather, and he's never on the cards. Never on the cards. Always wanted to go to Barca. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, that's it. That's it. 40 minutes. Let's see if we can get a fourth. Ball in. Unlucky. Oh, go on. Go on then. Oh, unlucky Rodgers. Unlucky. It's nice to have someone that can shoot from distance as well. Obviously with his weaker foot. But it's a decent effort. He's not afraid to pull the trigger, Rodgers, which is what we've also lacked. It's not going to take much for me to come around to Rodgers and Martinez as like becoming like favorites for me. Even though Rodgers' price tag is bonkers. A couple long shots and I'm good. I've been living Madueke, Gittins, Mudryk. Even though Gittins, I feel like there's something there, but again, fast tracked too quickly to this level of club. A lot of people feel like obviously there's something there with Mudryk, but that has taken a nosedive with what happened over the last few years. But yeah, we've had very frustrating attackers. Garnacho was, oh my god, cut back. It's too easy down the sides, man. Too easy. In theory, Colwell and Rodgers are in the same line, whilst Hato steps out there to deal with it. There should always be cover. Whether it's the wide centre-back coming out, whether it's the wide 10 coming across as well, there should always be cover. There should have been that same cover for the King goal against Fulham, but Rodgers was sleeping. I love this system. But people do need to still concentrate. It's not bulletproof. All in. Headed away. Love this system. And anyone who doubted this system, I hope by the end of the season, you see what a back three can do for your life. And I mean opposition clubs as well. When I was recommended Xabi Alonso at Liverpool with a back three, they were looking at me like I was on crack. Oh, we can't play in a back three, we're Liverpool. No, we can't play in a back three, we're Liverpool. What the hell is wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with a back three. There's nothing wrong with playing back three. You just have to have the right players. Man United fans are scarred. They'll never talk about a back three again. It's mad, bro. When it stick to Chelsea. Got a long way to go on this channel before we start getting them type of deals. Long way to go. But it would be great, wouldn't it? Imagine a show with Lampard. I was saying it's a skull like a couple of weeks ago. Like what a insane position we're in where we can actually have that dream and it's not completely cuckoo. Like it might take 10 years, but it's, you know, imagine a show with Lampard. Wow. That would be fucking unbelievable. Then I'll really start crying. 44 minutes gone. If we can get to halftime 3-1 up, I'll be very happy, man. That is a dream scenario coming into this game to be two goals clear at halftime. Here's João Pedro. Oh, he tried to be clever, but he didn't have that option. I saw the vision, but wasn't. Guys, I'll be honest. The one thing I don't like from this first half is us out wide. Down this left-hand side in particular. It's not really happening down the other side. But the balls coming into the box from this left side is too easy. It's too easy. We have to stop these crosses coming in because clearly these guys on this side have good delivery. Gomez is gonna, you know, we've got to stop these crosses. That's 2 or 3 times now that they could have easily scored a couple more goals from those crosses. If they were as clinical as we were on the other side, it's 3-3. 3-3. We've got to make sure we stop these crosses, man. Got to stop these crosses. God, what's going on back here, man? I'll take half time. Got a lot to improve defensively. Turkish just messaged me, see you next Sunday. Nah, man, the game's still on, man. The game's still... You got to play Monday. I got to finish off my game. I'm not seeing you, man. Don't worry, man. We're not seeing you yet, man. The football is still on. The football is still on. Football is still on. Football is still on, man. It's not over yet. Not over yet. Unfortunately, defensively, we've shown too many frailties over the bar. We've shown too many moments. Got to wrap this the second half, but yeah. The good thing about us is the good thing about us is We have Caicedo to come on. We have James to come on. We have players to come on that defensively should only be strengthening us even more. So we do look open. We do look a little bit weak on the left-hand side. But we have a fullback in central midfield. And yeah, we can still get stronger in the second half. So hopefully we just do. But it's half time. Half time, chat. Bring the bench back up. I cannot really complain at all in terms of the first half. When you're 3-1 up, it's as good as you can ask for, man. In the Premier League, is so difficult. I'm seeing some of the signings that Hull City are making. I'm seeing some of the transfer activity that, you know, the lower half league teams are doing. And I'm thinking to myself, this is long. This is very long. I need AC Milan back. I need Inter Milan back. I need Juventus back. I need Roma back. Napoli back. I need Valencia back. Deportivo back. Fuck me, man. Some of you, man, need to get your bread up. So these Bournemouths and these teams stop buying all these damn players, bro, because I'm tired. This league is exhausting. Right now, guys, our attack is very fun. 5 goals in 2 games, 7 goals in 3 games, and it should have been 3 or 4 or 5 or 6-0 win against Luton. We had so many chances. We were just a bit unlucky in the execution. We did hit the post. We hit the bar. We look very fun going forward, man. I think the system is part of that. When you got 2 10s, you got the striker that we have, and then you got the width that is guaranteed. How many times we seen last season the wide areas? They would get the ball. They're squaring up to their defenders. Now, with the wing backs, they're always running into space. They're always driving at you. They're not receiving back to play. They're not receiving on the back foot. They're not receiving on the touchline. They're running at you. They're either running at you with the ball or they're running without the ball at you. Off the ball runs. That for me is far more exciting than watching us pass to the winger who can't dribble and then step, can't dribble, lose, sideways, pass back. That's why I love this system. It's impossible to play this system and not have wing backs that run up and down and get the ball in the box and be direct. It's impossible. Otherwise, you're playing the system wrong. And our talent is better served centrally. You know, you want Palmer, Rodgers, João Pedro in there. You don't want them out wide, passing side to side. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying the system. I think just the left-hand side needs to be better defensively. Assad says the Enzo Glazer and Sexuals told us we missed the GA. We were going to miss the GA if we didn't sign Rodgers. Rodgers has got an assist. He's got a goal in his first 2 games. He is now that left pocket player. And as I said, when I knew that this system was open to us and Rodgers was signed, forget about Enzo's box crashing. Forget about his G&A because it's not relevant anymore. He's not playing there. He would be playing deeper. He would be playing where Lavia's playing today, where Gusto's playing. And you're factually just not going to get the same GA playing in that position as you would play in Rodgers' position. You're just not in the same zones. So now we have to evaluate you differently, which is why I said on All You Can Eat Chelsea, I would not give him a new contract. I would not have given him a new contract before all of this palaver and all of this green light and all of this. But now, you know, now it's just unfathomable. It's not even a question. If he ended up staying, he would not be near a new contract because you have to prove that you can play next to Caicedo in that part of the pitch. You have to prove it. But now we're past that point. Because for me, even if he does stay, I'd be selling his ass next summer. I would be selling him next summer regardless. Just because of all of this. But, you know, like I said, hopefully we just have things get sorted now. And the dream scenario now, with what is left on the table, is an Adam Wharton and a Kamara double swoop and Enzo leaves. If we do that, I will be fucking buzzing. Because now I've got 2 players that want to be here. Talented, technical, depth. I've got numerically a better situation than we have currently. And also, like I said, I think systematically, I don't think Enzo next to Caicedo has proven anything yet. So we may even be improving in that regard as well. And I love a left-footed centre midfielder. I love a left-footed centre midfielder in that pivot. I love Nemanja Matic. and I'll love a left foot, a Barco against Luton. We cannot pretend that having those angles was not beautiful to see. A left footer on the left side, having those angles, playing those passes, opening up the pitch a bit more. It was very nice. I can't lie. It's nice to have a right footer and a left footer. It brings a different dynamic. Mohammed says Hato and Rodgers aren't tracking back quickly enough. Yeah, there's no doubt that Rodgers needs to improve off the ball in that position. He got caught out against Fulham, and today that side has been weak again. So, but I think he'll learn in time, because there's no way they're not going to look at his footage and say to him, "Yo, you need to pattern up." Yasser says, "Good first half. I don't like it when we are not having the ball, though. We have to remember something important. We still haven't played with our starting two midfielders this season. Also, the wing backs. Facts. So as much as the performance isn't perfect defensively or in possession, we are missing our most important player in possession in the midfield, which is Caicedo. When Caicedo came back in for pre-season after waiting, because he was at the World Cup with Ecuador, we saw an immediate improvement in the way we keep the ball in midfield. Immediately. Which is why it's just as scary that when he's not there, how drastically it will be, the drop-off will be there, you know? But when Caicedo's on that pitch, we keep the ball better. We just do. So that is another reason as to why Adam Wharton would be fantastic to come in, because he's a fantastic guy on the ball. Kamara looks like he's good on the ball as well. Barco looks like he's good on the ball against Luton. So there's so much going on, man, in terms of possession. Today, we could not line up any worse in terms of midfield for a possession-oriented game. And I think us not having possession is on purpose, because I don't think he wants Gusto and Lavia. I mean, Lavia's good on the ball, but he's not a high volume passer. He doesn't get the ball and pass. He gets the ball and he wants to drive, he wants to carry. Gusto can't be a high volume passer. So I don't think that midfield's set up to have the ball a lot, and I don't think he wants them to be having the ball a lot, because it's not their strength. So I think it's partly on purpose. If Caicedo was playing, if James was even playing, if Barco was playing, I would expect us to have a lot more of the ball. And I'd be more disappointed that we don't have the ball. So we don't need to have a lot of the ball. At the end of the day, we need to win. And we're winning. And we're winning by a good margin. So, and we look frightening in transition. Neto suits transition. Hato carries the ball well. All of the attackers will suit transition because they're intelligent. So we suit Rodgers. Rodgers suits transition. Rodgers against low blocks is what we need to find out. In transition, when he gets to run and he gets to carry, oh my goodness, this is what he loves. So I don't mind us playing to his strengths right now. I do not mind. We just need to lock off that left-hand side defensively, and it's not as bad as maybe some of you feel in terms of not having the ball. Matt, if we win at the Emirates, the title of your match reaction video has to be Declaration of War. Oh, dear, man. Looking at the cupboard. Looking at the cupboard. It's in the cupboard, guys. But it's too early. Not taking it out. But if we win at the Emirates... yeah, if we win at the Emirates for the first time since 2021, something might come over me. And I'll be embarrassed to say on the third game that's possible. But I know what I'm like. I know what I'm like. It's a mob. Turkish is going to be around. He's going to be angry. Like, if that happened, I know what I'm capable of. So I'm not going to pretend like I'm mature. Oh yeah, I'm too mature for this. No, I'm not. I'm really not. So let's see what happens, because I'm not above it. I'm really not above it. I'm not above walking into DR with a fake bazooka, yeah, and with a war vest and just going off. I'm not above it, and I think it's important that we accept our flaws. It's important that we accept our weaknesses as people. There's no point pretending like I'm not on that smoke, because I am. I am, and I would. And you know I would. Hence why you've suggested it. But let's not think that far ahead, because we need to win. We need to win this game. We need to win this game. We have to win this game. What I don't want to see in the second half is a second goal goes in for Brighton, and then we're all panicking the last half an hour, 20 minutes. We're hanging on. Balls are coming into our box. You know, like I said, there is unfortunately there is still the capacity for this to go wrong. It's, you know, it's mad that I have to say that, but I think we all know that there's still the capacity for this to go wrong. Because Brighton have had some very good opportunities. We need to lock down that left-hand side. Martinez first half. Could he do better on their goal? I don't know. I need to watch it again. His cross collection's been good. He's been good on the ball. No problems on the ball. I need to watch just the goal again. I don't know. The goal was just a mess, to be honest. It was a mess. The goal was an absolute mess. But we are that team. I think I predicted 3-1 because I can see us conceding, unfortunately, at the moment. And in pre-season, this is an extension of pre-season. Even against Western Sydney Wanderers, we conceded 4 goals. You know, we had a clean sheet against Milan, but we conceded 3 goals against JDT. Like, we have been conceding goals. That is factual. There's no running away from it. There's no covering it up. We have been conceding goals. Conceded goals against Fulham. So we know what we are right now. We are a team that we look fun. We look attacking. We look exciting. But we are also susceptible. We are very susceptible. We can concede goals, and we can concede them by quite a few of them as well. We can. It's not even just one. We can concede quite a few goals. So if we can keep a clean sheet in the second half, I'll be very proud of the growth. Because yeah, we need to. But the best way to deal with this right now, guys, is just score goals. Just keep scoring goals. Go out in that second half and go and get 4, go and get 5, because it's the only way. I can't trust us defensively, so we have to go and get more goals. Keep treating it like it's 0-0 and keep putting, because Brighton are awful defensively. They are genuinely not looking good defensively. They're open as hell. Their build-up play, I think we've been very good at our counter press, the way we've closed them down, blocked the passing lanes. We're very physical in that respect. So we're more than ready to go and get 2 more goals in that second half. More than ready. CJ says, with Caicedo playing, we'd look more secure. Absolutely. Razzle says, please be header Gunnosaurus on stream. Fuck it, I'll be header Gunnosaurus. That's mad. She says, insane to feel like we need another goal for this to be in the bag, but that's our defensive state. Hato off, Chavaria on at half time. I wouldn't hook him at half time, because he did get the assist, and I do like him a lot, Hato. But I'd give it. I'd have a word. I'd have a word, and I'd give it 10 minutes, and part of that is me not really knowing Chavaria well enough to say that he's going to come on and definitely fix it anyway. So I'm not really bringing on someone that is a guarantee themselves. But a word needs to be had, and then you give it 10 minutes, and then after that, you lock it. But I think Colwell in the wide areas also, there's going to be questions, you know, as well. So I don't think Hato's a wing back. I said this against Fulham when I saw him in the starting 11. I said it today. I'm going to keep saying it. So yeah, maybe Neto going over there is actually your best option right now. Maybe that's your best option. Rodgers needs to track back as well. Rodgers needs to track back. The whole left-hand side needs to improve. It needed to improve against Fulham, and it needs to improve in the first half today. The whole left-hand side can take collective responsibility for that left-hand side. Hato, Colwell, Rodgers. And that's why one sub doesn't fix it. Because even if you bring on Chavaria, if Rodgers doesn't track back, Chavaria is still going to have a 2v1, and he's still going to have issues. And physically, he's not imposing. So I don't actually know what he's going to do in the Prem when he gets that physical contact yet. And then Colwell, like I said, is better in the middle, but he's having to play out there because Lacroix's there. So that's the only thing you could maybe say with our defensive recruitment, is that we've got a lot of CCBs, but we maybe haven't got the channel defending on the left, right. And that's where, I think I said it in the window, I think a left-sided centre-back is more important than a right-sided one, because Badiashile has to leave, and we have so many right-sided centre-backs. James can play there. Josh can play there. Fafana can play there. Chalobah could have played there. Obviously, he's left. But we do not have enough channel left-sided centre-backs unless it's Hato. Obviously, Hato is now not playing there right now. But even Hato defensively, I don't want to read too much in 2026 because he's still young. So you could put James over at left side centre back. He's played there against Newcastle at home and he had a great game. Not ideal, but he could go over there. But yeah, work to do. Work to do. But it's nice to be able to sit here and say, we're talking about more intricate things. We're not talking about we need a goalkeeper. We're not talking about we need a striker. We're not talking about we need, well, we do need a midfielder. So that is one part of the spine that needs to be addressed. And hopefully in the last few days of the window, we're going to get that anchor. And then we can sit here and categorically say Chelsea have addressed their whole spine, which is something I've been asking them to do for 3 seasons. 3 seasons to address that spine. They could actually address that spine in 1. Well, João Pedro was done last summer. And that would be unbelievable. Unbelievable. Because I had no faith in them doing it. So then we're talking about more finer details. We're talking about, more specific things, which every football club does. Even the champions are talking about specific things on the left or the striker position. So everybody's going to always talk about that. But you need to have your ducks in a row. You need to have the basics done, which hopefully we're getting closer to having sorted. Second half's going to kick off. Timer's going to be on screen. Right now, it's a very fun Premier League season, man. Man City, 2 wins out of 2, 4-1 win against Palace. You've got Liverpool, who have just added to their attack again. Surely they're going to be a fun team to watch. They've got, 4 goals in the first 2 games. Tottenham adding to their attack. Surely they're going to be fun. I know they haven't scored any goals in their first few games, but I do not think that's going to last. I think that's the one thing I can guarantee is they're going to start scoring some goals, surely. Second half's kicked off. Time is going to be on screen. It's going to be a bit delayed. But yeah, it's looking interesting, chat. Looking very, very interesting. Very fun. We're going to have some fun. Bear in mind, time is not synced yet. All we need to do is win this game and then we can watch Man United. Peace. I will be watching Man United. I don't trust them yet over the Tractors. I think they'll beat Ipswich. But just in case they don't, I've got an intro ready. I've got a thumbnail and an intro ready if you misbehave. I'll be honest. You have to prep these things in advance. You can't just be scratching your head on the day. And thankfully, Amazon has next day delivery, so we will be there. We will be there. We will be there. What I need is some AA batteries, and I'm good to go. I'm not going to stream it, no. I'm not streaming any rival games until maybe the latter part of the season when it becomes definitive, decisive parts of Champions League and Premier League if we're in the race as well. It's too many hours. It's too many hours in front of a screen. It's too many hours in general. We got mobs. We're doing a mob every week. We're doing Chelsea watch-alongs every week. We're doing more videos. We're uploading a lot. We're doing more mobs, debates. It's too much talking, too much screen time, too much. I gotta balance it. So yeah. I don't really do rival watch-alongs anyway this early. I did a couple Liverpool ones last season because they were hilarious. And don't get me wrong, I wish I could. But like I said, I can't do everything. I'm only one person. It gets a bit unhealthy otherwise. But yeah, when the latter part of the season comes around, that's where I tend to start my real streaming hate watching because that's when it really gets serious. Because shit's on the line. Right now, I'm watching all the games. I'm doing my videos on all the games. Nice 15, 20 minutes, breaking things down. I've got a few memes coming, we're here. We're here. We're ready. We're ready. But it's early in the season. As much as it's fun, it's very early in the season. Nothing is set in stone yet. Nothing is definitive. It's all bants. See, after Christmas, it's not bants anymore. Now it's real life. Shit gets real. Shit gets real. 48 minutes gone. 48 minutes gone. I really hope, man. I hope Ipswich have got something up their sleeve. I'll be watching. I hope Ipswich have got something up their sleeve. I would still be shocked though if they do, because that is not a game Man United should be dropping points in. You know, they had a very favourable start to the season. Surely they have to win. Here's João Pedro. Great long ball from Martinez. João Pedro cutting in. Can you give me the fourth? You're still cutting in. Oh, unlucky. Great ball from Martinez. Just goes long. João Pedro pumping up the crowd. Glad that we went direct. He had a lot of yards on that defender. Great. By the way, that first touch from João Pedro is brilliant. World-class first touch. Just brought the ball down immediately. No loose, baggy touch. No bullshit. Brings the ball down immediately. Immediately. And he's away. Absolutely fantastic. He said he couldn't hear. He couldn't hear. Because you guys said he should have crossed it, and I was going to say the same thing, but he just panned to him and said he didn't get the shout. He didn't get the call. He didn't know there was anyone there. Needs to try and get that fourth goal. I'm still going to... Listen, at the moment, yeah, I'm still sticking with my predictions. I'm actually very happy with my predictions. I think the Chelsea-Man City one, there's obviously bias and there's some agenda and hatred, and I said that when I made it with Maresca. So I don't mind. And when Enzo joins, yes, that strengthens them, but it also strengthens my agenda and my hatred for those two individuals, not the whole club, because it's not that deep. But I'm going to have my agenda. So I'm going to still keep you third, I'll be real, because I just want to finish above you at the bare minimum because of what you've been doing with us recently. So me and Man City, we're going on a journey this season. And it's a journey I'm new to, and I'm looking forward to it. It's the first time I give a shit. And then the other clubs, we got one game a week. I think we got to finish ahead of Liverpool's and Man United's. I'm putting that pressure on us. So Man United, I've got fourth. Liverpool, I've got fifth. I think Man City, Chelsea, you could make a case that City could go second, Chelsea go third, Liverpool go fourth, Man United go fifth. But I don't think there's any big issues with my prediction in terms of the top six in my video on my channel, which is my latest and current final prediction. And Tottenham, I've still got sixth, because as much as Tottenham look like a joke right now, if they finish any lower than sixth, like I said on this watch along, it's a disgrace. They've brought in too many players. Once your time is up for it to click, it must work. It must. And in coming in only strengthens my case as to why they have to be sixth. So even though they've lost their two first games, I won't be moving them out of sixth. They've just brought in too much attackers. And they got one game a week. And I actually think they'll go out of the Carabao Cup round. If they got Liverpool away, I think they're going to go out of the cup. They'll go out of the cup in the next round, in my opinion. There's a large percentage chance that they could, and then that even makes it even more of a case for them to finish sixth, because you've got one game a week and you've got no cup till FA Cup in January. So yeah, for me, I'm pretty happy with what I've said. And Villa, Newcastle, listen, Villa, they've brought in some nice faces, some nice names, but I still don't have them in the top six. I still think they've got weaker. And I think Emery would admit they've got weaker, but I think they're trying their best to replenish and try and build on a younger base and all these things, which is fine. You've got to do that. And Newcastle, for me, have still got weaker. But I think the manager could be a slight upgrade, because I think Eddie Howe is getting past his sell-by date. And I do think with one game a week as well, they might do better than I had in my head and a lot of people had in their head. But I don't have them in the top six. I don't have them in the top six. Not with that. Not with that attack. Wait, one sec. The best I'm putting Newcastle and Villa is behind Tottenham, which is where I had Villa anyway. I put them 7th. And I actually gave them a cup as well. I tried to be respectful. I gave them the Carabao Cup to win. Wide. But I'm not putting Newcastle or Villa top 6 for me. Remember, Villa have Champions League football with this squad. So even though the squad is getting him by and it's got Jackson, it's got Champions League football. So they've got a lot of games and there will be injuries and it's not going to be a joke. It's not going to be a joke. And they got slapped last week by Brighton. So on the football pitch, nothing has happened for them yet. And I don't think the Arsenal game is going to go too well either, I'll be honest. Here's Brighton on the attack down the left. 54 minutes gone. I'll be very interested to see Newcastle up against teams they should beat. I think they're playing well against the teams that have pressure to perform. Elanga in transition. Wissa coming from Brentford in transition. Gonzalez is a really good signing. Miley is looking really good. And we saw he scored against us a few years ago anyway. But when it's a low block and it's time to start breaking shit down, that will be a different ball game. We'll see how that goes. Fafana got booked. Free kick. Ball comes in. Oh, fucking hell, man. Guys, we really, really need to fix up. We need to fix up because the crossing ability of Brighton today is second to none. It's second to none. It gets to a point now where it's like, do not let them cross and do not give away any cheap free kicks or set pieces from wide areas because the crossing, I don't know what's going on, but the crossing is some of the best crossing I've seen for a while. Like, they are whipping it in. It's nasty work what they're putting into this box. I wouldn't even want to be in this box right now if I was a Chelsea defender. Because some of these crosses, you can't touch them. If you touch them, it's an own goal. If you don't touch them, it's a goal. So you can't do nothing. All we can hope is Martinez starts just getting real bold and just coming out for them. Please make it 4. Rodgers. Yes. Palmer. Oh, fuck. We need to get a 4th. Because we do look like we can concede again. Fafana. Neto. All in. Oh, it's not a bad cross at all. It's not a bad cross at all from Neto, man. It's just the timing of the runs didn't align. It was a very dangerous ball in. It's exactly where you want it. There's nobody quite running onto it at the right time. I feel like me and Neto's relationship can be repaired, you know. No, I'm talking too much. No, I'm taking it too far. Me and Neto, I don't know, man. Wing back. I feel like Neto wing back. There's hope, man. There's hope in the world. I can't tell you how much he was pissing me off last season, even though he actually got decent GA. I feel like Neto at wing back, there's hope. We might actually be able to salvage something. Mad. Long ball, Martinez. Relationships. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. How have we not scored? Martinez is like, yo, how many times do I need to keep launching this ball into this box? Because he's literally launching these counters. That one was made by Neto, to be fair, on the duel. Come on, guys, man. We got to get this 4th. Rodgers then back for Palmer. It's just come at him too quick. He's just not kept it down. Rodgers has blasted it at him. But I don't know. Got to score. Yes. Him and João Pedro, their misses are are uncharacteristic. It's usually that goes in, man. That is it should be 4. By the way, Martinez is wearing the 26 shirt. That's a big thing, you know. Captain, leader, legend, all that. He's wearing number 26. I actually kind of wanted him to get the 1. I wanted him to rip Sanchez's 1 off his back, considering we're selling him. But I think because Sanchez is not definitely leaving yet, because we haven't found a buyer, we didn't want to be too disrespectful. But Neto's been playing well today. Oh, he's coming off injured. Him and Palestra right now for me are our best wing backs. If I was making my strongest Chelsea team, Neto would be at wing back and Palestra would be at wing back, because I think the physicality of those two, I really like it. I really like it in terms of the position. It works. It definitely works. But if he's injured, then that's a problem. So Gusto, we have to bring on a midfielder. James comes on, Gusto goes right wing back, or Caicedo comes on and James and Gusto goes right wing back. We really could have this game done and dusted, man. 2-goal lead is not game over, as we all know. We really could have had this game wrapped. I think 4-1 with half an hour to go, I'd like to think should be game over. If it's not, then we've got problems. Something wrong with us defensively. Big up, Matt. Are we sleeping on Newcastle? I don't think so. I mean, maybe we are, but I don't think it's mad. It's either like maybe we had them 10th and maybe they finish 8th or 7th at best. Or you had them 12th and they might finish 9th. There's more. I need to see more. Really good, spirited, gutsy, organised performances with good transitions with Wissa and Alanga in the first 2 games. The whole City currently have 6 points. Does that now mean we need to have a whole conversation about Hull City? I don't think so. Although Hull City's recruitment is looking interesting. But again, they're still in a relegation battle. So only 2 games have gone. Neto might be the new Moses. Arsenal, you're next. Let's win this game first before we start saying who's next. let's have the full-time whistle first. Let's have that. And next for Arsenal is Aston Villa. If everybody wants to talk about Aston Villa, let's see what Aston Villa are on next weekend. On Monday, sorry. You know, we wouldn't mind you taking points off them. Don't mind if you do. What have you got? Has Jackson got something for us on Monday night? Big up 5K in the building. Make sure you smash up all the icons. For the members, there'll be a transfer window reaction Q&A stream after I do the video speaking on said transfer window when the deadline passes on Tuesday. I don't have a time yet, but I will post it in the community once I get my shit together. But that's guaranteed to happen. So any questions, it's just going to be literally a Q&A stream. Any questions, doesn't have to be about football. You can ask me any questions. When I say Q&A, I mean obviously yes, we are going to talk about the football and Chelsea, but there'll be rivals that are members. You know, any questions I'll answer. Don't worry. 61 minutes. Martinez made a save. Pretty routine. Lose the first header on Hato there. Comes out to the left again. Yeah. Martinez is having to handle business because it's all mad. That Ndai transfer isn't a here we go yet, is it? Still subject to Richarlison agreeing personal terms with Everton. Corner for Brighton. Quenda also, sorry, I forgot to mention, injured or not involved again. So I don't know what's going on there. It's another wing-back option. That's too easy. Oh no, guys, we're just so fucked defensively on that left-hand side. We're fucking hell, man. Oh my God. That left-hand side today is just I I cannot even think of more than an attack that came down the right. Everything is coming down the left. It's become ridiculous at this point. Look at this. One pass just opened up everything. Then a deflection off of João Pedro, I think, takes it past Martinez. Nothing the keeper can do. Is it João Pedro? It is. Oh, fuck's sake, man. Can't be dealing with this left-hand side. It's just, it doesn't matter what situation is, what the scenario is. It's just getting absolutely destroyed. Oh, brother. It's never easy following the Chelsea guys. This is what I said. This is what I'm saying. Don't be worrying about who's next. The game's not over. This left-hand side is just... Oh, my God. It's Fulham all over again. They've literally got to go and do what they did against Fulham now with the same amount of time left on the clock, which is handle their business. You guys were 3-0 up, man. Sorry, you weren't 3-0 up, but yeah. Oh, my God. Sorry, you were 3-0 up, actually. You actually were. And again, another shot from the left-hand side. Now we have to make a change. I don't know if it's going to actually help, but the manager is, yes, making changes. I've just seen. Because that left-hand side, if I speak on that left-hand side, I'm in big trouble. I said I'll give it 10 minutes. It's been 15. It's been 20. It's time. That left-hand side defensively has been diabolical. Every single chance. I'm not even being dramatic. Every single chance has come from that left-hand side. The only chance I think from the right has been the free kick, which was a dead ball situation. I'm pretty sure everything has come down that side. Everything, which is insane. Now I'm ready to hook off everything on that side because I've just had enough. It's too much. It's too much now. My brain can't take it anymore. My brain can't take it anymore. He's bringing on Caicedo. He's bringing on, I think, Achampong. I think I saw down there as well. Oh, man. This is stress. Now it's really stress. Can't be anything other than 3 points. It's just not having it. Especially 3-0 up. It would be beyond embarrassing again against Brighton. See, the right-hand side can tackle. The right-hand side can tackle. So what's going on down the left? That's brilliant play, Neto. The right-hand side, but the problem is James is coming on. Josh is coming on. Caicedo's coming on. They're all right-sided players. So if they're coming on for the right, the left is still finished. Hato is not locking down the same way the other side is locking down. I hope one of them, I don't know. Someone's got to go and play on that left-hand side. I don't even care if you're out of position at this point because you need to be locking shit down over there because the right-hand side's fine. But Caicedo plays right side midfield. James plays right side midfield or right back or right side centre back. And Josh plays right side. So I really don't know who's going to go over there. But somebody needs to go over there because it's been embarrassing. Like, Gusto, don't fucking ruin it now. Lavia's coming off for James. Putting me in a blender today. Fafana's coming off. So Reece James, I think, goes right side centre. No. Neto's coming off. Bro, that's the whole right-hand side, bro. I don't feel any better. And that's alarming. I don't feel any better because although the midfield just got a huge upgrade, the left-hand side is the issue, and it's just still cooked. Josh is coming on for Fofana. Lavia's coming off James. Neto's coming off. Like, it's just Gusto's going to go right wing back. Josh is going to go right side centre back, right? James and Caicedo in midfield, or I think. The left is still Hato. And it's still irony if we conceded off the right. Thank God for Lacroix. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please. Don't fucking do that. You see what you just did there? Don't do that again. Do not do that. Oh, again, the pass. It's just... You see that fucking pass in that left channel. They just keep penetrating the same fucking spot. It's the same damn... Look, again, that little... I don't know what it is. That little third man run... That little pocket in that left space is just getting... It's just getting raw dogged, bro. There's no protection. It's just getting absolutely raw dogged. That left little pocket. They love that little pocket. They just keep destroying us, bro. It's either across from that side or it's straight in that... It's just like, I don't know. I can't do it. Every time Brighton get the ball in that little pocket, and I can see this pass every single time, and they just keep playing it over and over and over and over again. And I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream. Scary hours over on that side. Martinez, boy, you're getting put to work today. You're getting put to work. Welcome to Chelsea. Welcome to Chelsea, Martinez. You're getting to work. You are getting to work. Do you know what? It's time. Because something's got to change. We are going to concede down that side. So Xavi is coming on. I assume it's for Hato. Something had to change. Something had to change. I don't know if this is the solution. I don't know this guy well enough. But I don't care anymore. Something has to change. Something has to change. And Xabi Alonso, he knows. And it is Colwell. And I find that very, very interesting. The question marks over that wide centre-back spot go on for him as well. Hato goes into the back three. He should be much more confident and comfortable in that position. So I have hope that his performance will improve. And then maybe Xavi goes left wing back. Oh, please, just score. Just score. Just put me out of my fucking misery, please. Oh, handball! Handball, ref! No? Oh, it hit his head. It hit his head. We need the fourth. We need the fourth. I don't mind Colwell coming off. I don't mind it. He's been going through it first 2 games of the season in that position. It's a little bit of a headache. It's a little bit of a big, well, it's a big question mark right now for him over there. We need that fourth goal. I don't think it's a back four. It will be Xavi left wing back, right wing back Gusto, and then the back three will be, someone was saying back four, Hato, Lacroix, and Achampong. Super chats. We need this fourth. Get the fourth goal. We have to buy ourselves more time defensively. Hato isn't the problem. Roger's not tracking Gomez. Yeah, he needs to improve on that as well. This is when not keeping the ball will punish you. I don't think it's about that for me. I think it's just about that side is just not good enough defensively. If that side was good enough defensively, we wouldn't need to have the ball. We would just defend properly and then just break and score. This ref is yeah. Nathan's not happy with the ref. All right. 15 minutes left. 15 minutes left. 15 minutes left. Life. Palmer. Yes! Come on! Oh, wait, that's not Palmer. Oh, it is Palmer, yes. I don't know why they panned to Pep Chavaria, but it was Palmer. Palmer with the 4th goal. And that should be game, set, match for Chelsea. Finally. He hadn't turned up to the party from a goal-scoring perspective just yet. We said that in the first half. Is he going to be there? Where is he for the goals to carry on from Fulham? And he's arrived. Cole Palmer surely seals the 3 points for Chelsea. Great hold-up play from João Pedro, gives it to Palmer, and he just goes and goes and goes and goes, and the finish is very reminiscent of Pochettino's season. Picks his spot, guides it into the far corner. Beautiful curler, Cole Palmer, on target, involved. Relief. Genuine relief. And I think Xabi Alonso's celebration says it all. It says it all. Genuine, because we really, as much as we're happy, we could have really left the first 2 games with 2 points, and life could be looking very different right now. We have been playing with fire defensively. Wow. 4-2. If you can't see this out now, you're just crackheads at this point. Cole Palmer with the 4th. We were saying, man, we need the 4th goal. I'm happy, but I'm just relieved. The word is literally relief. I needed that 4th goal. I cannot trust us. I cannot trust us defensively. I needed that 4th goal. We are literally Liverpool 13-14 right now. We are just scoring our way out of our problems. And at least we are doing that. You know, at least we have some, you know. Last season, we were just losing games. We couldn't score, and we kept conceding. We were losing 3-0, 5-0, 3-0, you know, so I'll take it. Beggars can't be choosers. But I am absolutely on the precipice of a heart attack watching this lot today in the second half. Just please, final whistle. Give me my 3 points, man, and we'll break it down in the review. We got a lot to discuss again, as always. My heart is finished. Absolute collapse. Absolute collapse, man. Ball in again. My heart is cooked. Tuchel's there again. He's been in London all week. At the Fulham game. He's at the Luton game, I think. He was at the Palace game. He's here. Can't breathe. I just want it to be over. I would like, the first half was like, I wanted to see more. I was enjoying the game. I was like, we can get 5, we can get 6. Then we started trying to defend down the left. And ever since I've watched the defense left-hand side, I'm ready to have my 3 points and go. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the win. I'm not in an arrogant mood. I'm not in a calling out people mood. I'm just in a get me the hell out of here mood. Get me out of here now. Please, I'm begging you. That's the mood I'm in. I've gone from chest to castrate. I don't even know what the word is, bruv. Crucified, bruv. That's what I am. Just put me out of my misery, man. Because defensively, I'm tired. I'm actually tired. Can't breathe, bro. Can't breathe. Listen, I called out Colwell last week, and I'm going to speak about him in the review. So you don't need to worry about favoritism. I said last week in the review, and I think I said it after Luton. I said it on Twitter. Sorry, I'd start him today, but if he doesn't play well in that channel again today, then it's meritocracy. And I have no problem now looking at an option for Hato to go there and him to be on the bench if he, and not on playing in that position because he's not been up to it. And that left hand side something needs to change. But more importantly, it's a wider concern that if Colwell isn't going to play in that channel well, we have a problem. We have a big problem because that left hand side, it doesn't have a senior player. It has young players that need to perform. If it's Hato, he's a very young player, and he also has his moments. So that is not a very good situation to be in. So Colwell better find a solution over there because otherwise we look like we have an issue. But yes, some fans are forgetting he's come off an ACL. Absolutely. So we need to bring that into our analysis as well. We need to be fair. It's been a poor start to the season for him, but he's also come off a season-long injury. And I think a lot of people will forget that. So thank you for reminding us. Villa says this was a prediction on the Big Six, right? Did I say 4-2? I don't think I did. I think I said 3-1. So I said Chelsea win, and that's enough. But I don't think I said 4-2. I think 4-2 was too much for me. It's too much. I think someone said 4-2. Yeah, you're right. It's not that Colwell doesn't like the back three. It's the Colwell prefers the middle of the back three. Caicedo's down. Fuck's sake. That's not good. He literally just came on, and we've got Arsenal next week. And he needs to play that game. Big problem. Trying to read his body language to see if he thinks it's a big deal or if it's just a precaution. He's walking off the pitch, which is good. And he's walking gingerly, but he's walking moderately. He's got a strut. It's not a madness. I think he's gonna be all right. He's got a week. I don't think he's crying. I think he's I think he's all right. But we don't know. Barco's come on. Also, we should have new midfielders before Arsenal anyway, which is next Sunday. Are they ready to start at the Emirates after less than a week's training? That is a whole different conversation. But we should have new midfielders. Well, we should at least have one new midfielder. But that is still not good, regardless. I've been humbled today. I was giving it the big one after 3-0. I've been humbled. An injury and defensively. Is there a goal at Leeds? Albert Lewin. 8 minutes to go. Get me out of this game. It has been more of a struggle than it probably should have been. But every Premier League game is a chore. You do not look past any Premier League game. Unless you are prime Man City, prime Klopp Liverpool, there's no point looking past any Premier League game. You are going to go through the trenches and you are going to have to fight for the full 90 minutes. And that's exactly what we've had to do again today. Because we got ways to go. We got ways to go. But every 3 points, we're thankful. And the game still ain't done, to be honest. They go and score in the next few minutes, and we're hanging on for dear life for the last five. So we need to handle business. We need to handle business. When we become the team that can actually go 2-0 up and say the game's done, that's when we can start having some base. But right now, we can't even go 3-0 up and kill a game. Those attackers have to be on it, man. I hope they I hope they're feeling clinical this season, because right now those attackers need to be on it. If those attackers don't take their chances, it's a long day defensively. We got 4 goals. Sorry, 7 goals in the first 2 games. It's fantastic going forward. But the fact that you can score 7 goals in the first 2 games and neither of them are comfortable wins is the other side of the coin. It's been we're learning a lot. Put it like that. Here's Gusto, Armour. Hopefully Chavaria is good. Because I really like Lewis Hall, man. I'm pissed that he doesn't want to come back here. Lewis Hall was fantastic yesterday. I really wish Lewis Hall wanted to play for Chelsea, because if we could have got Lewis Hall, I know he conceded a penalty first game, and I think he even done one in midweek, but just his general overall performance outside of those um outliers, I'm going to call him, because he's not going to do that every week. He is a proper player. And yeah, for me, man, I'm still in dreamland. But next summer, if we can, well, we have to be in Champions League. I'm not even going to contemplate the conversation. We need to try and see if we can get that happening, man. I know he's a Newcastle fan, but at some point, if Newcastle aren't playing Champions League, surely he starts to think about things. We need to be in that conversation. Unless Chavaria has a top season, we need to be in that conversation. Barco, oh, lucky. Scary that we can still improve a lot defensively. It's not scary because we finished 10th for a reason. We finished 10th for a reason. Manager can't come in and just change everything in one summer. And the board can't even change everything in one summer because too much damage was done. I think they've done a great job. I'm very happy right now with the window. Like I said at the start of the stream, results aren't going to change my feelings towards what we've done in terms of the window, because I feel like we've done as best as we possibly could with the circumstances, and they've tried. All you can do in this thing is put your best foot forward and try to be sensible and not be stupid. If it goes wrong, sometimes shit can that's football. There's no guarantees, but we're not being stupid this summer, so I have to respect it. We're not being biased and we're not being stupid. We have things of course we have things to improve, because we're not the best team. We're nowhere near the best team in terms of this country and in Europe. So it's going to take time, man. It's going to take time. Going to take time. It's not like when we finished 10th under Mourinho and the Conte seat. Well, not Mourinho. Mourinho and the Conte, because that was like a mental thing, because technically that team was nowhere near that position. And yes, this team shouldn't have been 10th technically, but it's closer to 10th than that team was. This team is a European team, qualification team, but it's not guaranteed to do anything other than that unless it applies itself and its best players perform, which it didn't. And the managers are not out of depth. So that team with Fabregas and and players like that, yeah, that's a whole different conversation. That team should never have been 10th. Um, and hence why it won the league straight after. But this team, Yeah, this team defensively it's been a car crash for years. Pochettino's car crash last season, car crash. So there's still a lot of guys back there developing. Colwell's not the finished article. You know, none of them are world class back there. So they got to get to that level, or we got to buy it. Hopefully, some of them save us some money and they just get to that level. That'll be helpful. 2 minutes of normal time left. Happy with Josh since he come on. I think Josh has had a really, really good start to the season, man. Really good start to the season. Lavia, yeah. Lavia is always going to look good for me because he's just a very good player, but he just needs to stay fit, and we know that. He's always going to look good. Obviously, everyone can have a stinker, but he's just a very good player. He's a very good player. That's why everybody wanted him in the first place, but he's just got to stay fit. He's just got to stay fit. And then, ideally, you partner him with the right person as well. Bro, stop spamming the same nonsense, bro. Jesus Christ. See, you just if you're gonna put a comment, just don't copy and paste it and put it in like 10 times. It's not necessary. Let the chat flow. Best part, Emmy, no one's talking about keeper today. Yeah, I think Martinez, yeah, bro, he's had a great game because the amount of saves he's had to make, he's had to be on top form. He's had to be on top form. He's had to make so many big saves. His distribution long range has been brilliant as well. He's set up quite a few attacks. Really, really strong. Really, really strong performance from the goalkeeper. He's having to do more work than he should. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's what you signed up for. João Pedro, I don't know if he's going to get man of the match. Josh is moving me mad. Bro, I've always been a big Josh fan, man. I've always been a big Josh fan. I was open to a loan, but ideally, I don't want him to have to go out on loan because I just feel like the talent is so obvious. Like, this is for me, there's certain talent that is just so obvious and it's staring you in the face blatantly that if you don't actually harness it, there's something wrong with your infrastructure. The top clubs that have been going for Josh ever since he broke through into the first team have spoken for itself, bro. Like, the top clubs that are interested. You speak to any rival fan, they always say, is Josh available? Man United fans, oh, we'll take Josh. Liverpool fans, oh, we'll take Josh. Even at a time, Arsenal fans, I'm pretty sure a few of them were even joking around like, yeah, we'll take Josh. Like, everybody rates Josh. Everybody rates Josh. Real Madrid, there was a link to Josh. PSG, there was a link to Josh. Bayern Munich, there was a link to Josh. Josh is that guy. He just is young. He needs minutes. He has to iron out a couple of mistakes, but every single centre-back at that age has to do that. So it's not really new information, but you have to let them do that, and then you get the fruits of your labor afterwards. But selling Josh, which we haven't done, and fair play to the ownership, they've never entertained it. He's always been untouchable. You can't sell Josh because it defeats the purpose of a project. You sell Josh and you basically pay the same 40, 50, 60 million for the same type of young defender somewhere else who gets the game time. And it's just a dumb transaction. It just tells us that you don't have any foresight. So I'm so glad that Josh is playing games. I hope he keeps playing more games. I really do. He's one season of regular game time away from everybody talking about him as one of the best young defenders out there. He just has to play. He literally just has to play. That's it. How Hato left side centre back. Yes, we're going to talk about it. It had, well, I don't know. See, the thing is, I don't know if the fourth goal has killed Brighton's spirit. The substitutions on the left-hand side have certainly helped the blood stop bleeding. Like, we've stopped bleeding down the left-hand side. Well, that was risky. The blood flow down there, the constant bleeding, we needed CPR. We needed CPR. We needed Pedro, Palmer, and Rodgers. We needed CPR because the left-hand side was looking dead. But yeah, the substitutions since Xavi has come on and Hato's moved, we've calmed down. So I think it may be due to that. Maybe it's due to the fourth goal. I don't know, but it's certainly something to talk about and keep an eye on, because yeah, it's it was before the substitution, it was looking inevitable. The only time. I don't care about possession, genuinely. I really don't care. I grew up on Chelsea being a frightening team on the counter, breaking away. I think there's an art in transitions. I think there's an art in counter-attacking. Sometimes counter-attacking and transitions will actually be just as entertaining as having possession and trying to open up a block. Sometimes opening up a block and having possession is boring. And a lot of people said sideways passing and possession and I'm bored and this is rigid. So I feel like sometimes football fans, they want everything at the same time, and that's literally impossible. You can't have every single style of play at the same time. You either break, or you have the ball, or you defend deep, or you defend high, or you get caught out with the offside trap, or you don't. Like, you can't have it all. For me, I don't give a shit. I just want to win games. And right now, I'm entertained. I'm very entertained because I know that on the break, we have the intelligence, the speed, the physicality, and the IQ to mash up anyone. So, whilst we have that, I'm enjoying. If we had Garnacho up there, it would be a different conversation. Long throw from Brighton, headed on, flicked on, headed again. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. The third goal for Brighton. It's too little, too late, but the scoreline looks the way it does. 4-3. That's going to be the result. It's come late enough for me to not have to shit myself because it will be full time after this. But Chelsea concede 5 goals in 2 games, 4-3 win. A win is a win. But there was a couple guys that were spamming and I was telling them to stop spamming. They're saying, oh, why are you talking like this? Brother, I'm talking because the game is happening. I'm talking about what's happening. I'm saying I'm very happy with the win. I'm very happy with the attack, but we've conceded 5 goals in 2 games. We have to talk about that. And now, after conceding the third, we're very happy with the win. It's full time, but we cannot sit here and pretend like we don't address or talk about that defending, because that defending today needs to be spoken about. 3 points is 3 points. Absolutely, I'm buzzing. But we can't keep defending like that. We can't keep defending like that. So we need to try and think about what went wrong there, because that was a bit much. That was a bit much defensively today. It was a bit much. I don't mind a leaky goal here and there. 3 goals at home. We're very lucky that we have the level of attackers we do. Thank God. That's all I can say. Thank God for our attackers, because they didn't really miss chances. I mean, they did miss some chances. Palmer missed a chance. Pedro missed a chance. But all in all, in the first 2 games, our attackers have been very good in terms of taking chances. Very clinical. All it takes is for them guys to have a bit of a normal day where they're not as clinical. And that defense needs to be a lot better against better teams. So we thank God. I'm very, very relieved. Like I said, when we scored the 4th, I'm very relieved. We won 6 points out of 6. A lot to improve, but a lot to praise going forward. So at this point, I'm just tired. I nearly had a heart attack in the first half and in the second half. So yeah, I'm just tired after that. I'll be honest. I'm a bit tired. That was a lot. That was a bit too much. It's not what I envisioned today. Very exhausted. Just like against Fulham, very exhausted. That was a lot. That felt like 2 football matches in one. Felt like 2 football matches in one. Fucking hell, man. That is a lot. We are very Liverpool. And if we are very Liverpool 13-14, we are going to have a lot of fun. But that is also a lot of heart attacks as well. So have it ready. Hatto, yeah, we spoke about that. JJ says from 3, got GA today. Front 3 got GA today, but they've been poor, low key. I think for the possession we had and the amount of times that we attacked, I'm not going to say the front 3 were poor. They did miss some big chances, but we did not have enough of the ball and we did not give them the ball enough for me to say they were poor. I think Rodgers defensively needs to lock in and needs to improve. That would be my biggest criticism of Rodgers at the moment. I'm seeing that first goal we conceded and I'm thinking maybe that's Martinez's worst moment today is the first goal where he comes for it and he doesn't get it. But outside of that, every other goal I don't think is on him. And the big deflection is certainly not on him. But some of these chances that Brighton had, Brighton fans might be looking at this thinking, how the hell did we not get a draw? Because some of the chances were insane. Tadios says, any good names to replace Enzo? For me, go and get Kamara, go and get Adam Wharton. You can do 2 for 1. That's a great situation, and we keep it stepping. Chelsea fans, Ham says, your goalkeeper doesn't matter. The defense is shit. I said this when we signed Martinez. And I don't know where I said this because I do a lot of content. It's all well and good getting the keeper, and the keeper's great. It's a great, bold, aggressive backing of the manager. But the defense and what's in front of the defense is critical. I thought more from a midfield perspective. Now I'm looking actually at the left-hand side and thinking that needs sorting as well. Not via the window, just with coaching and maybe some tweaks because we can't just buy everything. And we've already bought a left wing back, so it is what it is. James says Saka would have had fun if the left-hand side is not fixed. Anyone will have fun down that side at the moment. It doesn't need to be Saka. But yeah, we are your next game. This game should scream to SDs. We need a centre-back or someone to shore up that defence, prove that the goalkeeper wasn't an issue as much as one of those 3 go down. We're doomed. There's a lot of players that could go down and we'd be doomed. So I don't think we can keep buying our way out of this. At the end of the day, we are not going to have everything perfect. It's not possible. And we shouldn't, as much as I want to win, and I've been praying for us to win the league and big trophies, we are not going to buy a perfect team in one summer. We have made too many blunders, made too many mistakes, made too many poor transfers. Someone earlier was saying, oh, why on DR are you not raving about our sales? Because I'm not in the business of, oh, we made the most amount of money in sales for back-to-back summers and we sell the best. How about we buy the best so we don't have to sell so much? Because selling so much is an admittance that you've done so much wrong that you have to sell so many players. They're not all profit margins for good reasons. Gu is an example of the model working because he was never important. Having to sell Delap after one season for me is not acceptable because that was a player that we actually needed to perform last season and he didn't and contributed to why we finished 10th. So for me, I'm not in the business of raving about sales because if we have to make 10 sales next summer, that's not good because we probably didn't win the league. So we need to start actually winning shit. That's what a successful team looks like, not record sales. And that amount of sales means that's a lot of purchases, which means we're not going to be ready yet. But at least this summer we've taken it more seriously, a lot more seriously. She says 3 points in the perfect timing for Caicedo injury, leaky defense, big midfielder and centre back coming. There's no such thing as perfect timing for Caicedo injury, brother. We needed Caicedo fit for Arsenal, so hopefully he is. And we were going to get midfielders anyway. So yeah, hopefully Caicedo is fine. I don't know what happened or what's going to happen this week. We have to see. But yeah, we won. Right now, I'm just buzzing. We have 6 points out of 6. That was the bare minimum from the first 2 games, and we have it. How we have it is probably above our station. We're beggars can't be choosers. You could get the 6 points in loads of different ways. very unlikely we were going to get it the perfect way anyway. So we get the 6 points, we move. We're very happy. We're very happy. But we know we have a lot to do, guys. We have a lot to do. So I'm not going to start saying who's next and, you know, declarations of war. We're going to stay humble for the time being. We've got a lot to fix defensively. All right, cool. Outro, and I will see you guys for the review. Big up your damn selves in a bit, people. Peace.